Hi, this is Chance Post coming to you from the Venture X studio in Frisco, Texas. And today I am here with author, CEO, and public figure, Kelly Christina. And welcome to the show, Kelly.
Thank you, Chance.
So glad to have you here.
I'm glad to be back.
So today we are talking about your new book that's coming out, and I want you to tell me a little bit about it.
So I'm very passionate about the book that we're launching, and the official launch date is March 17th out of California, 2021. Writing the Executive Roller Coaster, Medical Staffing Cases. Of course, it's a predicted bestseller from Channel 11 News that followed me around for 3 years on this story, but it's never a bestseller until it's a bestseller. So what is so fantastic about this book? This book has a couple different personalities.
Okay.
For anyone out there that wants to read, of course, about legal court cases, lawsuits, FBI, Washington, D.C., my government work towards the medical staffing industry in general. This is an 8-year story. What's very cool about this book is the original litigation book. We call it the official, the Donald Trump
Oh, no.
Washington, D.C. Federal Investigation Book 2018.
Okay.
I have had hundreds upon hundreds of people beg me for an original copy of the litigation book and the federal investigation that I launched in this country.
Okay.
Of course, you cannot sell the original litigation book.
Okay.
It's completely off the shelves. However, I took 2 years to rewrite this book. It tells the story, and of course, I play Catherine Lane. It is the characters are fiction, but based on real life documents, and of course, court cases that went down in this country from a time period of 2010 till it wraps up with some of my government work towards medical staffing in 2018.
Okay, so can you tell me how these, the details of how these lawsuits started in the industry?
Yes, and that's a big wow for me, by the way. So how does one lawsuit in a recruitment office snowball into cases that will come in future years? Story straight, how this begins is a big wow. A company owner, of course, runs an employment experiment, and he decides to hire an employee from a state penitentiary for a white-collar position job and an experiment in a recruitment office. Stop right there. Very risky and dangerous decision coming from a company owner. Number two will be the female VP and boss that had, of course, an inter-office affair and accused of stalking. This is how the original lawsuits begin.
Wow. Now you mentioned this is an inspirational story about rebuilding life and being on top, falling down, rebuilding your company as industry executive. You have some chapters on being homeless in 2011. You care to comment on those?
Yes, we're going to have a few. We're going to have a good couple chapters on the ever famous homeless recruiter, and I'm sure we can smile and laugh about it now because I'm back up. But at the time, it wasn't very funny. I'm sure you know.
Funny now, not funny then. Got it. Now,
the question is, was I the type of individual that should have ever ended up homeless? The answer is absolutely not. So the attorneys back in 2010 will call me I'm the whistleblower by personality. It means I'm not putting up with the crap. Of course, I was innocent in the lawsuit, but I was asked to either keep my job, lie to a Texas judge, or turn around the story, or lose my job. And I am so sorry, but I am not going to lie. I knew exactly what happened. I was witness to what happened. There was the proof and the evidence, and so I hit the streets. Now, the reason why I bring that up is we are talking about a lot of employment laws that go down in the staffing industry, which means by law, The company owner was able to keep 100,000 of my commission money after I left the office, and I ended up homeless. Now, this is the part where God does humble you.
Sure.
Because I had never realized how spoiled, not
Right.
spoiled, but what a blessed life I had.
Right.
In North Dallas with your condos and your convertibles, I had saved money by the time of age 15 for my first vehicle. So at age 41, when you've lost your home, you've lost your vehicle, all your items are locked up, and
Right.
you're literally on the street. It's an eye-opening,
Right.
very wow. I had no idea what it was like for the underprivileged in this country until 2011.
Wow, that's amazing. So when we talk about this book, what kind of readers will enjoy this book?
Okay, readers that enjoy legal, attorneys, government work, lawsuits, FBI, Washington, D.C., that type drama. They're going to absolutely, attorneys are going to love this book.
Right.
But also readers that like drama, there is plenty of drama because we are talking about a life story.
Right.
And we're talking about a life story of falling down
Right.
and then rebuilding. And for me, it was 5 years of working 2 and 3 jobs so we could rebuild KD Staffing.
Right.
So it's an inspirational, do you have what it takes to rebuild? Because some people in
Right.
this country, they have it, and some do not.
Right. And I have noticed one thing, that the crime dramas are the number one podcast. If you look at the top podcasts, they're always in the top 10, if not the top 5. And so I think that's pretty fitting. The timing is fantastic on the book coming out. I've got one more great question. Why did the news media follow you around for 3 years on this story?
Well, number one, the news likes me. I have some definite best friends in Channel 11 local
Okay.
news.
All right.
I helped them with some other stories, but because
Okay.
it's absolutely interesting. Also, Chance, let's be honest, I filed this into federal investigations 2016.
Okay.
And it's very interesting. I do a lot of public speaking.
Right.
I'm an advocate for changing some laws. And so Channel 11 followed me around because it's a very interesting story.
Awesome. So I know this is coming out soon.
We are officially launching out of California on March 17th. We're hoping to gain a lot of support so we can make this the predicted bestseller that it is.
Fantastic. Well, I appreciate you coming on. I can't wait to see the book. And great time. Great being with you today.
Well, thank you very much, Chance. Last comments on the book. I'm very passionate. This is my legal work. This is my government work. This is ways that I'm trying to change the staffing industry, which is actually over $200 billion industry,
Right.
so we can have more fair laws in the future.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
You bet.